I want to talk about something real quickly. It's about, and if you don't mind, I'm going to eat a little bit too because I have to go, but I just feel like saying this. What it really means to people say they're selling their soul. They're not selling the part of themselves that's the oversoul. Those people are selling their likeness, their image and likeness. They're selling their whole, I guess whatever you call free will. They're selling all of it. I've two people. Now, there are people that's just regular people that have been taken over too, but it's unbeknownst to them. They're unaware. But I'm talking about the people who are aware of, aware of certain contracts that they got themselves into, whether celebrities or whoever it is, they are aware. And they are aware that they are so-called selling their soul, but they don't really know what that means. I did a video about Blac Chyna. That I saw a woman, a Caucasian lady. After I got finished looking at an interview with Blac Chyna on this Revolt TV, whatever it is, Revolt. She was being interviewed by this guy named Jason Lee, I think that's his name. And then shortly after that, that's when she was wearing this red outfit, this red light jacket and this red skirt or whatever. She had on black stockings or whatever. And shortly after that, I just happened to see a vision of a Caucasian lady. Looked like she's from the 60s. Like she got a 60s look. But her haircut was short. I said all that in that video. And I saw that either that lady is completely taken over or she's taken over. But a lot of those, especially celebrities, but just people in general these days now, but especially those celebrities, they are no longer themselves. They have been completely taken over. That's really what it means to sell your soul. And they knowingly did it. So it's like, it's no fight. It's like, it's no fighting back on that. It's no fighting back. They did it and it's like, okay, you knew what you were doing. You were consciously aware. You were educated in this. You've been around the industry. You're well aware of the decision you made. And so when those kind of people, when they get into making those kind of decisions, it's really no fighting back. They can, it's not to say they can come back to themselves and say, but see, that's a different ball game when you're literally in the sunken place. Like, because you're in a sunken place, it's a complete possession. It's not like somebody just controlling your mind, taking over your mind, but you're still there. See, I went through some things like that as a little girl. Like, I was flipped upside down, but I knew what pieces of me was left. I remember that little girl that was there. But literally, their consciousness just goes somewhere else. And it's like something completely takes over their body. Like something completely takes over their body. And then they are willingly, like they keep it there. They're willingly keeping it there because they feel like it's getting them success. And so they are completely aware that this is happening and they keep it like that because they feel like they're getting success. But anyway, yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Just like what it really means from what I've seen, what it really means to sell your soul is really you're selling your likeness. You're selling your image. You're literally selling your body. You're allowing something else to use your body. But it's really your image and likeness. Right? Because the body is just what we see in like a virtual reality. But you never know because a lot of people don't just have the physical type of vision and don't have the spiritual vision. You think you see like a brown person. You see Blac Chyna, you think you're really looking at Blac Chyna because a lot of people don't have that type of vision to know what's really there. And what's really using that body is something else. So I just want to talk about that. That's what that means. What else was I going to say? I was going to say something else. And I think I can't remember. I forgot. But yeah, what else was I going to say? I was, us as citizens, U.S. citizens or whatever citizens, African, we got to denounce these nations. I have to denounce the United States of America. Renounce, what's the word? I don't know. I want to say things right. Remove the United States of America from my heart. Remove the United States of America from my heart. And for some people, it could be other nations that it's time to remove them. Because even though I just talked about like some people like willingly sell their souls, when you are a product of these, when you are have a birth certificate, social security card, and all of that, you're literally owned by corporations, certain states. I had an African friend, so I was thinking to myself, who owns her? And then I saw a British flag, so like she's owned by the British. Right? She's owned by the British. A lot of people in the United States of America, born and raised, are owned by the United States of America, certain states. And somebody talked about this, like if you look on either your social security card or your birth certificate, but I think it's the social security card, she said. Social security card, if she said. You look on the back of it and it's going to show the state that owns you. I think it's the social security card, she said, but it could be the birth certificate. So yeah, it's like it's time to remove those things. Just like, first of all, like a spiritual removal of the United States of America for me. And in some places, like this African woman, it's like probably British. I saw the British flag when I said, who owns her? Because it ain't United States of America. So who's owning her? And because she was born in Africa, and I think she got her whatever birth certificate from there, it's the British. I saw the British flag that owns her. I didn't even know the British was like taking over like that. See, I'm not into all that, but then, I just recently heard something about the British in Africa. And I didn't even realize that when I saw the British flag, when I said who owns her, and I saw the British flag, that's who she's owned by. So they get to come over and then tear up Africa and do all they want to do, because those people don't own themselves. Just because they brown skin, they don't own themselves. That's why those people get to come in and do whatever they want to do. Like the British that come in and take over, they're not owned by anybody else. But the British owns a lot of dark-skinned Africans. So maybe that's why they're powerless. They can't fight back until they get their spiritual power, until they become who they are. And the same thing for so-called Americans. Anyway, because you become a slave of theirs. I mean, you're already a slave, but I'm just saying you literally become a slave. You won't be in any control of yourself ever at all again. And that's coming soon. Anyway, that's it. Now I'll talk later.